this week we're starting out a little somber because tomorrow will be mark the 6-year anniversary of my mom's death, and so we have come over to the cemetery to see her. And it looks like there's a new monument here. It has a like a breast cancer awareness, and it looks like it's glittery.
No.
Yeah, that's I don't remember seeing that one. Do you?
There's a bunch of different ones around.
You see a bunch of different ones?
Well, it just seems like it's 4.
It does, it has filled out quite a bit since, from 6 years ago when Mom was first buried here, definitely. There's a lot more graves here.
What that ground covering is in front of that one? It's like green, light green.
No. It's not lamb's ear. I don't know what that is. There's a neat plant back there. There's some pretty flowers back here anyway. But there's a neat one back here. It looks like fire, and it looks like one side's purple and one side's red. That's a neat plant. There's some very pretty flowers though.
A turtle!
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, Daddy, feed the turtle.
I don't think I can throw it down. You have to pretty much throw it right on the tail.
I see a big fish in there too, Kevin. Or is it? No, it's a big fish. There. Look at the huge gold. Kevin, do you see the big goldfish?
See the turtle?
Yes.
Hello, Patricia. David. Bad David.
Look at the turtle, Ashley.
There's 2 of them. There's another one right there.
That's Carlos.
Oh, you should try to feed them. Feed the turtles.
Well, the turtles are slow, and I have just thought like right in front of their face.
Here, Deborah.
Ashley's naming them all. That poor turtle is getting knocked around. There's another turtle. Oh, there's another. It's full of turtles.
There's warnings. Hold on. I'm not ready.
Oh, I love all the turtles.
Oh, my bread blew back at me.
I love the little turtles.
No. Oh, sorry, Jenny.
I'm trying to get this turtle.
Here, Marla.
That duck keeps getting it. Yeah, it keeps getting the... I would like to hold one.
Debbie. Oh, look, it's on Debbie's back.
Oh, no, Ashley, it's on her back. Somebody's going to peck that off her back. She's going to get mad, too.
Look at the turtles right here. Look.
I'm trying.
His name is Nigel. Don't eat Nigel.
Ashley, throw it out, and then they'll go after it, and then you can feed him. You think I could pick him up?
No. I mean, you could try.
I could. I know I could. I could get him.
Do it. Get him.
Daddy said he's slimy. He is slimy looking. He looks moldy.
He does. How exciting. Pick him up.
He's not close anymore. He was. Daddy could feed him now.
He didn't move fast enough.
The little ducks keep grabbing it. Look, one pecked him on the back.
He left. Poor thing.
Oh.
There's one. He got it.
Look, his head went in.
Oh, he did. He got a piece.
Gertrude. You all kind of stink.
Down to my last cigarette.
Oh, I'm not. I have a lot more. Here, you can have some.
We bought these expensive buns for Ashley to use.
And I ate one of them. I know I'm bad.
Because they're low calorie, and Ashley let them expire.
They feel pretty soft, though. Here. Oh, that was a big piece.
They do feel soft, but you were never going to eat them.
Hey, look. There you go, Patty.
Yep, that turtle got it.
Daddy, lure it over here so Mommy can catch it.
Good thing. Got that one.
Kevin, this duck's waiting for you. It looks so innocent.
They're not innocent. They'll pick your eyeballs out for a piece of bread.
Bro, get it. I got near it and ran.
Look, here it is. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, oh. Come here, Nigel. Mommy, are you ready to get it?
I get the turtle?
Yeah.
It's not coming over here.
But it will. That turtle is scared.
Do you see that there's ducks beside you? Daddy has a little friend. He's a little
That was
friend.
fun, wasn't it?
They all usually trust Kevin. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. He's scared.
Oh.
It's okay.
Oh, oh, oh. It's okay.
Oh, he left. Poor thing. He wants another one, look. Will you do it this time? Yay! So this is the garden that I've shown you this a million times, I'm sure. I showed you earlier in the year the spring flowers. This is what they have in the summer. These are the summer flowers. So you have these two straight lines, like Madeline, haha, and these are really pretty.
Where are those?
I don't remember seeing these before. I don't know.
I haven't either. They're pretty though.
I think they're new. The only bad thing is there's a lot of green and not a lot of color, yeah. But you have some colorful ones down here. And then these are the ones with the berries. They have black berries all around right there.
I like
Those on the ground? Yeah, those are pretty.
normal flower.
This is where the soldiers are buried, and I know I've shown you this before, but they're doing something up here, and we'll get up there in a minute. Headstone turf renovation. So, what does that mean exactly?
The grass and stuff, maybe they're resodding it all or something.
Don't have a clue. When we come back over here next time, I'll have to make sure we look. Kevin and I just got home from a walk, and there is this huge bug on our driveway. It looks like a fly. It looks just like a housefly, I'm telling you. Put your hand down next to it, Kevin. Show how big it is. You won't? I will. Watch. Okay, here's my hand. This is how big that is. I mean, massive.
Today I'm going to do a clothing purge, and I thought I would start by showing you where all of my clothes live currently. My step-grandmother gave me these clothes. She was getting rid of a lot, and so Mom and I picked through, and we picked out several things. These are things that I have actually not worn yet from what I picked out of what she gave us. For various reasons. Some of them looked smaller once they had been washed, and once I saw them in the mirror against my body, let's be honest. Some of it just looks smaller, some of it, I don't know, I just haven't worn yet. So anyway, come on in here. So we all have this chair Everyone, I feel like, in their lives has had one of these chairs where you just put clothes that you don't want to hang up. They're all clean. I just don't hang them up. I just get what I need from the chair. In these 3 top parts are clothes hung. There are like purses and stuff down here. There are a few like sweatshirts and things in the top 2 drawers. And then this is full of like socks and athletic pants and stuff like that. And I definitely need to go through those. So, and if you hear any noise, that's the air conditioning going in my other room. So we are just gonna start, I guess. Quite a few things. These are just old Aeropostale tank tops that don't really fit so well anymore. I more prefer camis now. Some sweaters that have shrunk, sweaters down here that are just old and I don't wear. That is a coat that was given to me. It's a very, very nice coat, but it's just too small for me. It's a size small from, is it White House Black Market?
Yes.
It's a size small and I'm just not a size small, period. All of these are dresses and blouses and down here t-shirts that I don't wear anymore, or they were a little bit old and faded and don't wear as well. Some t-shirts that I've just not outgrown physically, but like just mentally outgrown. Like I'm not affiliated with those companies anymore. And then down here, just a hodgepodge. There are some athletic pants, some things that mom might keep. There are jeans, shorts, all kinds of stuff.
This morning I was on my elliptical and this arm, this one right here, actually came off and, well, it popped off the track, right, but it's not supposed to do that. That's not normal. And if you look at Kevin's computer right here, there's a sign that says, elliptical arm right there, if you can read it, elliptical arm. I wrote that because I was concerned. So what Kevin is looking at right now is a diagram. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want you all to know that if you are interested in spending the money and having a machine like this at your house, then you need to have somebody who can look at stuff like this and make heads or tails out of it. Because Kevin is good with directions. Kevin is good with, he can like, you all know, he can watch a YouTube video and he can do it. Or he can read the directions and then he can do it. He's really good at stuff like that. If you're not that kind of person that's good at stuff like that, or you don't have someone in your life who's good at stuff like that, you might not want to buy a machine like this because they're not going to be perfect forever. There will be days where you're going to have to do stuff to them to fix them. We have had to make multiple repairs to this elliptical, and I love this elliptical. I would buy this brand. It's a Soul. I would buy this brand. I would recommend this brand. I would never ever buy a Gold's Gym again from like Walmart. I would never buy one of those again. But the Soul, I love this elliptical, and that is having to do the repairs and all. It's just a really good machine. It's sturdy. It's when you're on it, it's you can tell it's a nice machine. It has some weight to it, whereas the Gold's Gyms, the ones I bought, of course I bought those from Walmart, but they were flimsy. They were just flimsier machines. So but that's the reason I'm showing this to you, is just because I want you to know that none of them last forever. Your parts are going to wear out. You're using it. I use mine 6 days a week. So it's only natural that parts are going to wear out and you're going to have to order stuff. So can anyone do this, or do you have to have the receipt, or how do you do that, Kevin?
Just go on their parts website.
You go on their parts website and you can order parts for it. But I always recommend keeping your receipt too. I would make a copy of the receipt, because the one we had from Dick's Sporting Goods, it like faded. It faded really, really bad, to the point where we had a hard time reading it. So I would make a copy of the receipt and keep it, just staple it together and keep it on file, because they will, I think, up to maybe a year. I don't know how long, but if you call them, if you have to get anything serviced, they will send you the part free, or at least they did us. They were really, really nice, very helpful when Kevin had to get in touch with them. But now we are way past warranty time, so we are having to buy the parts ourselves. And it's not that much, but like I said, you have to have somebody that knows what they're doing, and you have to be able to look at these diagrams and figure out, okay, exactly which part do I need to order, because you might have to order more than just, you know, you might have to order little parts that go in the bigger parts that you're not seeing underneath. We're up at Kroger and they're getting their Halloween stuff out. So they put different like stuff like this out every year for Halloween, and you can set these outside and then put a candle in them. But they have witch hats with purple bands, and then they have ones with red bands, and then up here they have ghosts, and then these are just regular jack-o'-lanterns if you don't want the witch. So we're leaving Kroger and it is absolutely pouring. Kevin got his hair cut. Yeah, you hear that rain? Yeah. Oh wow. My tennis shoes wet. Are you gonna let me in first, or are we gonna put this in the trunk? Okay. My tennis shoes are soaked. The struggle getting in with an umbrella. My shoes are absolutely soaked. But you see how bad it's raining out here. Pretty bad.
I think I was wet getting in with the umbrella. No, I don't think
that's the thing about an umbrella. Yeah, that's true. But sometimes you feel like if you didn't have it at all, that you wouldn't have gotten as wet as what you did get. So
it was pretty good rain.
We went in hoping to get the new PB&J Oreo cookies. By the time this goes up, hopefully I will have tried them and owned them and reviewed them and all that. But I met one of the managers. His name's Mark, really nice guy. But he said that hopefully they'll be in tomorrow, if not at the latest on Friday, because in the next town over they already have them at their Kroger. So I would love to try them. And Sarah's the one that told me. Sarah texted me, actually she sent me a Snapchat picture. And I said, is this for real? Because if people have been making up their own Oreo, like, I hate that they do it, honestly. I know it's fun. But they make these pictures up and then you don't know if it's real or not.
It's Photoshopped?
Yeah, it's Photoshopped, and so it's confusing, you know? And because these look like real containers of Oreo cookies. I look terrible, but you just saw that rain up at Kroger. So
and it's still raining.
It's still raining really, really hard. The bottom of my jeans, that's okay, but I can't wait to get out of these jeans because the whole bottoms of my jeans are soaking wet. My shoes are wet. But before I do that, we got a box at the post office today. This is from Door County Coffee and Tea Company in Door County, Wisconsin, and they're always very, very kind to me, and they always send me their newest coffee. I don't ask for it, they send it to me, and so I can't wait to see what they have sent. Tammy, I hope all is well down in Kentucky and you are enjoying summer. We are, except for right now. We sure are, but we are ramping up for coffee season 2. We hope you enjoy our newest flavor, frosting on the cake. Coffee cheers, Aaron. Frosting on, oh my goodness. How many,
there's a bag, but,
how many packages did they send? Frosting on the cake. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I could guess. Enjoy with our compliments this first part on us, pecan cinnamon ice cream. I don't know if I've had that or not. That does not sound familiar.
sorry, that's me on I know.
Pecan cinnamon ice cream. I don't think that I've had that. frosting on the cake. A huge, this is the jumbo version.
I really didn't want this to be hurt.
Wonder what it is. There's something that they really took a lot of care in wrapping. So, oh, how nice. That's very nice. Door County Coffee and Tea Company. A mug. Thank you very, very much.
That's nice. That's like a flared mug.
Since I got so many of these, that means there will have to be a giveaway.
Coffee giveaway.
We'll have to do a giveaway, but the giveaway is not going to be in this video. The giveaway will be whenever I do the review of the coffee. I will review the coffee, and then at the end of the video, I will do a giveaway then. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we'll give you,
yeah.
She'll probably give you details.
I'll give you details, or if Kevin's in it with me, we'll give you the details. But they definitely sent me enough to where I can share it with you all. And I know so many of you like coffee, so I know that you'll be looking forward to this. So if you're interested in that giveaway, I don't know when I'll be reviewing this. I never know. I just do it and put it out there. But I can tell you it smells really, really good, so I can't wait to try it. Thank you, Aaron, very, very much. I have tried to record this little clip 3 times for you. I'm not even kidding. The first time I was talking, and I was about 5 minutes into it, and my battery light started blinking. So it's like, well, may as well stop now and delete everything that I just said and change out the battery before I go any further, because that battery light blinking, it just makes you rush, and it makes you like kind of frantic when you see it, because you're trying to finish up really fast before the camera dies on you. So I stopped them. So just right before this, I talked for another minute or two, and the screen went black, which means I've been yakking and I never hit the record button. So that's my brilliance. So anyway, 3rd time's a charm, right? So let's do this again. And it's not like anything's important that I have to say. I wanted you to know. We got an exercise bike a couple weeks ago. Ashley wanted one, and I thought it would be a great idea for the family. So it's not for Ashley. Like when Ashley moves out, the bike will stay here because it was a family gift, and we all 3 use it. Kevin has used it more than anybody, because when I get back here on my elliptical 6 days a week, he is out on the bike 6 days a week, and so it works out great. I watch my shows back here, and he watches his shows out there, and it's kind of cool because he has started watching all the Tales from the Crypt. He has started from the beginning watching all those, which I would love to watch them over again too, because there's some twisted Tales from the Crypt episodes out there. There's some that I remember watching when I was younger and like dwelling on them afterward, thinking about them. And he's like, yeah, they're cheesy, they're campy. That's true, but some of them are really, they make you think. They're really twisted. And it's also interesting seeing some of the actors and actresses that were in those, because, you know, they're a lot older now, and it's like, oh wow, they were in this. And I'm thinking he said Arnold Schwarzenegger was in one of the very first ones. But anyway, all that's beside the point. I showed you earlier that I had to get a replacement part for my elliptical. Kevin ordered it, and it's about $51, so it's not cheap. But it will last me, once he replaces it, it will last me a long time. So it's well worth it. I would rather spend $51 on the new part than spend over $800 on a new elliptical. And they're much pricier than that, some of them are. I stopped at, my limit was, you know, I wanted to stay under $1,000 definitely. This morning, because my elliptical's out of commission, I went and I got on the bike. And the longest I've ever been on the bike is a half an hour. And a half an hour for me when I get off of that, my bottom is sore. I mean, it's not like, it's fine within a minute, really. I mean, it's like, you know, getting off of it, it's horrible, but I'm fine literally after a minute. And, but today, because I didn't have my elliptical, normally every morning, 6 days a week, I get on my elliptical for an hour. I set my time on the bike for an hour, and I did it. And I took, where is my phone? I was gonna tell you how far it was. It was, I'm gonna be exact. I could give you a guesstimate, but I'm just gonna be exact because that's just me. It was 14.7 miles. So almost 15 miles on the bike. I just think that's awesome. I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. I just think, I guess that is kind of bragging, but for me, I mean, I had never been on that bike that long, and I didn't even know if I could stay on it for an hour, just because of my bottom, not because of my legs, not because of any kind of stamina like that. It was literally because I didn't know if my behind could handle that seat for an hour, but it was. And so now it was fine. So now, until I get my arm for my elliptical in the mail, I will be getting on the bike for an hour. So, and I'm still enjoying Mad Men. I am taking my time through it. So like, I'll watch, you know, I might for 4 days straight watch Mad Men, but then I'll throw a Real Housewives of Orange County in there because I'm trying to keep up with those, or Real Housewives of New York, that's been on. So, I throw one of those in there, and those are both, I just like those. And I've said before, I know they're trashy shows, but I like to watch them anyway. But I want to tell you about the bike, and then I wanted to tell you too that I finished my Diana, Her True Story in Her Own Words, this by Andrew Morton. I really, really enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the beginning the best, and that was when it was literally in her own words. Like, she had a tape recorder and she was recording her voice into this machine, and you got to see exactly what she said. That was the best part, because there was no like filler, and it was just raw talking, kind of like what I'm doing now. There was no editing of it. But after that, you got to, Andrew Morton started from the beginning of her childhood and went from her childhood through her death, and he did fill in the blanks, and it was still very, very interesting. It was a very good book. I enjoyed it a lot. There were things that I found out about that I didn't know, and here I'll just tell you that I wanted to finish the book before I watched, there was a special that came on TV called Diana, Our Mother, Her Life and Legacy, something like that. And it is on YouTube, so if you want to watch the whole thing, you can just do a search on YouTube. Not all the videos are complete, so you need to make sure you get the longest running time, and then you should be able to watch the whole show on YouTube. And that was William and Harry talking about their mother, and that was a really, really good documentary. They did not talk about her eating disorder, which is, you wouldn't expect them to. This is their mother. They probably didn't even realize she had an eating disorder because she was young. You know, most kids, I think that would be over their head. I don't think they would pay much attention to that. But they didn't discuss that. They didn't discuss her suicide attempts, things like that. They probably didn't know, though. I'm sure they were never privy to any of that stuff. But it was still really good. But if you do want to know more about those things, they are in this book by Andrew Morton. And I'm sure he has written about other celebrities. And so I'll have to look him up and see who else he has written about, because he did a terrific job with this. I thought it was a very interesting book. There are pictures in it Not a ton of pictures, but there are pictures. And when I'm reading a book like this, you know, I want to see some pictures in there. And it's nice, just, I don't know, it's just nice to connect the celebrity with some pictures that they have. So, but I enjoyed that, and I took my time with this. But you all might wonder, these are easy to read books. Why does Tammy take so long? Because I probably only read 15 minutes a night. That's it. I am on the computer making videos all day long, or when Kevin's home, you know, on the weekend we go shopping, or at night we watch our TV shows. And so really I've tried to make it a habit of giving myself 15 minutes every night. So hold on, I should have pulled this over closer. So I just started this book. Molly sent me these MC Beaton books, and I feel so bad. Someone sent me a message and said that they bought the Six Sisters series because they love murder mysteries too. And I feel awful because the Six Sisters is not a murder mystery. These are romance books. These are. MC Beaton primarily does write murder mysteries, and all of the Agatha Raisin books are murder mysteries. All the Hamish Macbeth books are murder mysteries. There's a whole series of both of those, and they're fantastic murder mysteries. These that I couldn't find when I was in London or in England, they are not murder mysteries. So please don't think these are. These are little romance books, and it's a thin book and it's easy to read, but it will probably still take me weeks to read it because I only read 15 minutes a night. And besides that, I'm in no hurry to get through it. Let's face it, a lot of people, I think, brag about how quickly they got through a book and all that. That's terrific, but for me, it's not a rush. There are only 6 of these books, so for me, I would rather savor them like a nice piece of cake. You know, save my icing, my frosting until the end. I want to savor these books and make them last as long as I can, because after that, they're gone. You know, I mean, I don't have another new set to read, so, you know, I want to enjoy them. So I have started that, and I do like where it's going so far. It's really, I think it's going to be a really good series. And MC Beaton, the way that she writes these romances is different than she writes her murder mysteries. Her murder mysteries take place in modern times in the United Kingdom, but it's modern day United Kingdom. These take place in the past. These are way back. Now I say that, and I wish I could remember when it started. 1811. Yeah, so these take place. I hope the person who bought these, I hope you're not disappointed. I love these. I still love these. I still think she does a fantastic job. But they do take place in the past. Know that if you want a good murder mystery that takes place right now, you can still go to her. She's fabulous. But just buy the Agatha Raisin or Hamish Macbeth, and you'll be good. Also, I love Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie, you can't beat them. You cannot beat a good Agatha Christie murder mystery. Gosh, they're so good. Very, I mean, I can just see myself there, you know. I picture myself right in there. But I also want to tell you, we've been watching, on a completely new subject, we've been watching Celebrity Big Brother, and people ask me all the time, where do you watch it? I watch it on YouTube. They're not supposed to be posting them on YouTube, of course, but all last season they did, and I'm hoping this season they will too. You gotta keep your fingers crossed. But you know, you might have to search for the new episode every night, but you should be able to find it and watch it right on YouTube. I'm gonna wait and talk about it with Kevin, because I know that Kevin's gonna have some opinions on these new characters. And there are some characters, the biggest one being Trashy. I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna say anymore because, yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore.
So I bought this toy from PetSmart for my cats. It's a crawling bug. It's automated from Whisker City. It was on clearance. I bought it like a week ago, to be honest. I don't remember how much it was. I think it comes with a battery in it. Oh, that's so weird. You ready?
It's like a cockroach.
Chapel.
Just put it in the floor and they'll see it.
Come here.
Don't let it go under the stove. Uh-oh, Parrish is coming.
Get it.
Chubble's like, I don't want that. Look. What about the pug? The pug can't even hear it. He can't see it or hear it.
Get it. Get that bug. Don't be scared. It's okay. I love you too. Yes. Hello. Look.
Now, does Guido see it? Oh no, you bought your brother a toy. Look at him. No, he doesn't care.
I'm surprised he's not after it.
I know. He's the fly catcher.
He's not very good at it though. Get it, Parrish. Get it.
We watched a really interesting movie last night.
Different.
It was very different. It was called Wakefield, and it has Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, the dad in Breaking Bad. He is the main character in this movie. He probably has 98% of the speaking.
I don't think you hear much of anything from anybody else.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner plays his wife, and really she doesn't have much of a speaking role, and you'll just have to, I can tell you what it's basically about, and you find this out at the very beginning. You see him coming home from work on a train from the city, from New York.
Yeah, it's the very beginning.
Yeah, very beginning of the movie, so I'm not giving anything away. And he decides, something in him is triggered. He decides that instead of going back into his home, he's going to
go out in the garage, basically in the attic, and watch her for the night. And then he falls asleep. And then the movie progresses from there.
Yeah, the room over the garage, like Kevin said, it's like an attic area, but it's a huge area.
And it's separated from the house.
Yeah, so he decides he can see down into his kitchen in his house from the attic of this garage, and so he can watch his wife and family down there and see what they're doing from up there. So he, like Kevin said, he decides to spend the night, and the movie progresses from there. And this is one of those movies where there's a lot to talk about when it's over. And this, I hated the ending. I'm not going to give it away. Ending. Hated the ending. I hate movies that end this way. Hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them. But there's a lot to talk about. So anyway, that's all I can tell you about that. It's a slow moving movie.
It's a little slow.
But it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah. It's slow with stuff going on. Yeah. So, I mean, you are kept interested because you're wondering, where are they going to go with this? What's going to happen next? You don't know. So it's a very interesting movie if you can see that. And then we want to talk to you about Big Brother. We'll talk about the United States first. It went exactly as we predicted it would this week.
Yeah, Jessica had that power to stop
halting
it.
hex.
Yeah, and we knew she kept like playing out like she wasn't going to use it or might not use it. She used it. Of course she used it.
She had the power to stop the evictions this week in the house. Yeah. And so Kevin and I both said there won't be an eviction. Nobody, she'll use it. Nobody will get evicted from the house. And that's exactly what happened. Nobody got evicted from the house. So that did not come as any surprise to us at all.
But I truly feel like she's letting Cody ruin her game. Because I think her game could have been so much better if she hadn't tied on to Cody. Because Cody is a hothead. he has no personality whatsoever that I see. You know, when people talk to him and stuff, he's just like deadpan face. And I'm sure there's people out there that absolutely love Cody. If you do, that's great. But me personally, it's just like you can never talk to him because he doesn't seem to have any emotion about anything. You know, he's just, I don't know.
We've said that before. He's
just
a very bizarre human being.
Yeah. So I think she would have done a lot better without him.
That said, though, I do not like Cody either at all. However, I think that what Josh is doing is considered...
Well, and Paul encouraging.
And Paul's encouraging it. I think it's bullying. I think it's harassment. I literally, even though you're in a house like this, you shouldn't have to put up with that level of harassment.
Yeah, I agree. It is bullying.
It's not right at all. You know, at times you kind of chuckle at him because he's... Josh has pots and pans, and he's that da 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 da. And at first, you think, "Oh, that's kind of funny," and then you think, "No, that's bullying," because I would lose my mind. I would literally lose it if I had to put up with that. I couldn't put up with that very long at all. And you're talking about a guy who's been in the Marines. I just don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool at all to do somebody that way who's fought for your country
or anybody
or anybody, right? Yeah. But I would think with him that there would be triggers of things like people like that would really bother him quicker because he has been at. I don't know.
Then again, he's been in the Marines, so he's been yelled at with people inches from his face.
Right, so I mean, he might be more.
It might not bother him nearly as much.
Right, but I don't think it's right for anybody. I don't like it at all.
And Mark, the big muscle guy, you know, he came out and said, you know, no matter what, you shouldn't act like that, and he's 100% right. So anyway.
Yeah, so I don't.
So nobody went home, but Josh did win. The head of household, if you haven't known that already.
Yes.
So he won it. So in other words, basically, Cody and Jessica, I'm sure, will go up again.
I'm sure they will.
So all the hassle that Jessica went through, all that crap she did, it's going to mean nothing.
It means nothing.
Because all they did was save him for another week. Which
the whole
nothing.
Week was basically for nothing. Yeah. Just throw it away and start over. Yeah. Okay, so now that's all for Big Brother US. Big Brother UK has started back, and it is a celebrity Big Brother UK. And I only know a couple of these people going into the house. I know Karthik, and the reason we know him is from The Apprentice in the United Kingdom, not here, which Kevin and I love. We need to figure out when that's coming back on.
I'm real soon. But, and he was so full of himself on that show. He was so arrogant.
I don't mind him too much.
I like him. He was just very full of himself, which most of them are. I
know Brandy Glanville from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I do not like her. She's not a girl's girl. I know she says she is, but she's not. She is a troublemaker. She will listen to you. She's one of these girls, and I know some personally. They will listen to you like they care about what you're saying, and then as soon as something happens, they'll twist it around and tell everybody else something that was very personal to you. So you watch and see. Brandy's not a good person. And
We've got them up on the computer if you wonder why we're looking.
Yeah, and then also I know Trisha. Trisha Paytas is a YouTuber. I do not watch Trisha.
But you knew who she was.
But I know who she is. I have come across some of her videos before. She's not somebody who I want to watch, but she is fun to... I don't want to watch her videos, but I want to watch her on...
Yeah, her videos are sometimes a little crude.
Her videos are way over the top. They're very, very crude, but I want to see her on the show because she's like watching a circus. I mean, like, she's fun to watch, and you never know what she's gonna say. So she's funny.
So who are your people you like on that show right off? If you stop at the top.
Well, let me tell you who I don't like on the top. This guy named Chad.
Yeah, he was a Bachelorette or something. On the Bachelorette.
One of those shows. He is from the United States. he thinks that he's so good looking. He thinks that he could have any of those girls in the house. He's not that good looking.
No, the girls have actually said, yeah, he's a little full of himself.
He's no, I would never, no, he's not my type at all. And yeah, there are things about him that are very unattractive. His attitude is completely unattractive. I don't like him at all. This Amelia Lily.
She's all right.
Is she the singer?
Yeah.
She seems nice.
Right.
This Derek seems nice. He's quiet.
I like, is it Gemma? Yeah, Gemma Lucy. I like her a lot. She seems to have a lot of just friendly and very, a lot of personality and stuff. I like Sam Thompson. He seems like a good guy.
Sam seems nice.
Paul seems a little weird. He's out there.
Jordan seems nice. Oh, I like Paul. Paul Dana.
You like him? I don't like him at all.
You don't like him?
No, I mean, I don't dislike him. It's just he's not one of my favorites.
Paul, what's funny is there was a girl on the one that won The Apprentice, not The Apprentice, the one that won Big Brother last season, Isabel. Paul is the same color as Isabel.
Yeah,
and nobody says anything about Paul's color.
Yeah, him looking orange.
Yeah, him being Oompa Loompa orange, but yet everybody talked about Isabel. They're the same color. Put them together.
Isabel was a little odd in all of her looks, though, because her eyebrows and everything, and he's not over the top in any other areas, though.
Isabel had the blonde hair,
and blonde
I think
makes
that's
it stand out.
Yeah. I like Helen.
Helen's okay.
I like Helen. You skipped lines. Say
Carthage. I'm going down to pick the people I actually like.
Oh, okay. I like Helen. I like Gemma. I like Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
Carthage, okay. Marissa, I don't care for Marissa, and she's another one from the United States.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that the ones that are from the United States, Marissa seems like she needs to be the center of attention at all times.
Yeah.
She seems like the type of girl that wears provocative clothing on purpose, basically clothing that says, look at me, but then once a guy does look at her, oh,
she's offended by it.
Really? Yeah, she's that kind of girl. The minute you pay her any attention, she acts like she doesn't want it. No. So I don't care for her at all. Sandy's fine. She's been a good listener. Yeah. I didn't recognize her with her hair down.
I know, she's got her hair in braids right now.
Yeah, it's in braids right now, and in the picture on here, it's down and what.
She did babes.
She's been a very good listener. I think she's been good.
She's the calm in the house.
Sarah, I like. Sarah. Sarah's real pretty. Sean was disappointing. There's nothing wrong with Sean. I don't have anything against him, but he was a disappointment on the first night because they gave him a task to do, and he didn't want to do it.
See, they should have given the task to one of the young guys. Like Sam would have went all out. He would have went all out. And the other guy right above him, Jordan. Any of those two would have went all out and just done everything they said. Because at one point they wanted to dump water over their head because they were hot. Because they're supposed to act nervous. And I think either one of them would have just went, and just done it.
Because they're young and they don't care, but
and they're just more outgoing than Sean. I don't think Sean's as outgoing as they thought he was.
No, not at all. He's not. He seems like a very shy person.
Yeah, he does.
Even though he's an actor, I think he's very, very shy. I don't have anything against him at all.
I don't have against him, but it's not one I would want to win.
Who's your favorite guy in the house right now?
Guy, probably Sam. I like him. He's a guy's guy. He's just like a. What do they say? He's just one of the lads. He's just this fun-loving.
Mine would be either Paul or Sam.
Paul.
I really like Paul.
Oh, he might grow on me, but
I just like him. I just think.
And Gemma, if I have to pick a girl, Gemma's probably my favorite.
I like Gemma a lot, and I like that Sarah a lot.
Yeah, and I like Sandy too. So any of those three would be fine. I think I like Gemma better than any of them.
There are a lot more girls that I like than guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that Chad, I'm never gonna like Chad. But a lot of times people that are from the United States stay in the house longer than the people that are there. So I hope that's not the case this year, because I want Brandy to go, I want Chad to go, I want Marissa to go. Trisha, I can put up with her. You know, Trisha, I think Trisha's gonna stay for a long time because people want to see what Trisha's gonna do.
Yeah, but she's like just crazy odd. You know, like she's gonna say crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I think Marissa and the other girl from the Housewives, Brandy, I think they will actually get mad and actually start screaming and yelling and arguing with people.
Brandy, I don't think it'll take long before she starts something.
But like Chad, I don't see him as a big confrontation kind of person. Doesn't seem like it. So who knows? You know, most of the time you keep the people that have they're interesting. You know? Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Trisha will stay because I do think she's interesting. Yeah. And if you are interested in watching this, do a search on YouTube. What's the channel you go to?
Oh, I can't remember. I can look around.
We watch it on YouTube, and if this particular channel does not upload it, then do a search.
Yeah, you can usually find it.
And you can find it on another channel.
It's Big Brother Replay is where I find where they've been up since the whole last season and this season. And it shifts because sometimes they get taken down because they're broadcasting copyright material they're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to put it on there, but they do. So far they've gotten by with it. So once that one disappears, I'll have to find another one. But Big Brother Replay has been pretty reliable. And know that this is not a show for kids. It's an adult show. They do show nudity on there.
No. Oh, they say filthy.
They do cuss. If things like that offend you, don't watch it.
Don't ever watch it.
Don't ever.
It's not like the American version.
No, this is actually like 100 times more interesting than the American version because these people, you get to know the people.
Yeah, if you like to get people and hear the conversations going on and stuff, this is the one.
I'm assuming if you like to watch vlogs on this channel, if you're watching this, then you probably would like the sociology aspect.
Yeah.
I think you would really like that. But if stuff like, you know, cussing and stuff like that offends you,
full frontal nudity,
you will want to stay away. That doesn't happen very often.
No, it's not like every episode or anything. But,
no.
But they have shown.
But like once a season, you might see something that you didn't realize you were going to see.
The good thing is they usually give you warnings before.
Yes.
At the beginning of that show, they always pop up a warning saying, you know, nudity. You know.
Right.
If they say that, probably want to skip that episode.
Right.
So you can watch all of them knowing that they're going to let you know there's nudity.
Yeah, they'll let you know, and that way you won't be surprised, and that way you don't have to look at it.
Right.
You can turn away if you don't want to see that.
I think the first episode they show the guy's butt getting in the shower.
This season,
yeah. So I mean,
but they show bare bottoms on television, on regular TV now. You know.
Ally McBeal was the first one I think I ever saw. Who was that judge?
Was it Ally McBeal or was there a police drama that was like the first ever?
Yeah.
Was it Blue something?
No, LA Law. No, in LA Law. It was something like that.
I thought it had something with the word blue.
I do remember that now. It was the guy. It was the guy's butt.
And it was going to be a huge deal. It was like in newspapers and in the news that they were going to show.
NYPD Blue? Is that
maybe it? That was it.
That was it. But then I remember the Ally McBeal because, and it was a woman's butt walking. She was the judge. Remember the blonde judge?
Is she the one with the waddle? He liked her waddle.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He was weird.
Yeah. He had there was this guy on there that had a thing for a woman's waddle, and he liked her waddle.
Yeah. I remember that.
We loved Ally McBeal.
That was a good show back then. It'd probably be so outdated now. It'd be ridiculous, but
it probably would be. It's funny that Callista Flockhart, she did that.
I never really heard much from her.
No, she might do. Is she still with Harrison Ford?
I have no clue.
She might do other things now, but if she does, I don't know about. Anyway, we've been talking for 17 minutes, so I didn't intend for this to be this long, but this is the first week that Celebrity Big Brother's been on, so we wanted to talk about everybody.
Yeah. And they do, by the way, Celebrity Big Brother does do more competitions than the traditional Big Brother. Like they'll do different little things all the time.
Tasks. They call them tasks.
Yeah. Where they're like team up and they have to do something.
But they're fun.
Yeah.
They're really fun.
They're fun more than competitive, you know.
They're fun to wear
dog kind of contests like they do in the U.S., which is all contests.
Yeah, they do fun things to like if you were having a bunch of people over to your house
like
for
party
like a party.
Yeah.
That's the kind of games there. They're fun games that are happy.
Well, they're funny for the people watching.
Funny for the people watching. watching. Yeah, funny for the people watching, not funny for the people doing
Right,
it.
exactly.
Today we have a package to open from Christy in Michigan. And Kevin, of course, has already opened it, but I have no idea.
I don't know what's in it. I just opened
He
it.
just opened it. This is a pretty card. I reckon.
Main Street Press.
Yeah, I recognize that that art looks very familiar. I'll show you close up in a minute. Tammy, I hope this fits.
All right. You can look at it.
Ah, okay.
I don't pre-read the cards either, so I don't want her to get an idea.
Oh,
That's cool.
Michigan State Spartans, thank you so much. She had asked me if she sent me a t-shirt, would I wear it? And I said, of course I'll wear it, of course.
It smells good.
It does smell good. It's, yeah, this should fit, I hope, my round body. Look, this is the front, and then the back has a stripe down it, and it has
The Spartans.
the Spartans. I love this. Thank you so much. I know things like this are not cheap at all. Thank you. Christy was one of our winners.
Oh.
I don't know if what she won.
Don't
It
remember.
was the recent giveaway for the stuff that we bought in England. I bought some bath soaps and I bought some keychains. And so Christy won something. What did she
She
say?
said MSU is her favorite sports team, and she was saying with you and Kevin in Kentucky, she's surprised we're not in Kentucky basketball. We like Kentucky basketball. We'll watch it occasionally.
When they get really far.
Yeah, but I've never been into sports of any kind, honestly. I mean,
If we could afford to go, if I could afford to go to the games, I would absolutely
Yeah.
love it.
we went to some local baseball games and stuff, and they were okay.
When I've never been to a basketball game, and I've not been to a football game. I used to watch football when I was in high school, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's more fun if you can be there. And I think really as far as Kentucky goes, I think if I could be there and experience it, I would absolutely love it, especially the basketball. I would really get into that because I can be quite passionate about it when we watch it on TV, when they get pretty far. I'm a yeller, and I like to yell at the TV, and it just gets my adrenaline going. It really does. So it's just, you know, it's one of those things that I think I would like to be there. Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much. I love this, and I will absolutely wear this. I can't wait. Thank you very much. It is very nice. We're at Walmart, and they have a display. Now, there's nothing in the seasonal aisle, I don't think, but they have a display here of the fall candy. They have M&Ms. These are just the milk chocolate ones. And then they have Dove pumpkins. And they have the caramel apple minis, which were delicious. They have the white pumpkin pie M&Ms, the pecan pie M&Ms, the candy corn M&Ms, which I absolutely love these. We're gonna go and get some.
Caramel apple Milky Way.
Yeah, the caramel apple Milky Ways. These were really, really good.
Hershey's chocolate.
Oh, Hershey's. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I love getting these. I like to get these to decorate like the candy bowl.
Pumpkin shaped peppermint patties. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen those. And they have the miniatures, Reese's cups. Yeah, just fall colors like this, the kisses and the fall colors. Those are just really nice to put in a candy dish, I think. Before this video ends, I have one more package I need to open. It just came, they put it in the mailbox. It's from Sandra and Adam. I know what it is, but I want to open it on camera for you all to see. What is funny, and you'll get a kick out of this too. They took a trip to the United Kingdom. They went like 2 weeks, I think, maybe 3 after we got back. And they bought us a postcard while they were there, and it has never, gotten here. No postcard, Sandra and Adam. So, but your bag did get here, and they just delivered it, like I said, in the mailbox.
That's from like Australia.
Yes, this came from Australia. Yes. So yeah, the postcard that was mailed in the United Kingdom has not arrived. So
Pretty slow from over there.
yes, I know what they bought though. They bought me. Oh, she put them in. I see. She put them in baggies.
That's good. Keep it from getting torn.
Yes, that's smart. What she did was she took them out of the package because
Yeah.
she said the packages were so big. She bought me some flags. We have one for Scotland. A
Big
Scottish flag. Yeah, it's huge. And I looked for these. There's a piece of fuzz on it. I looked for these while we were there. I do not know where she found these. They went through Ireland and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know where all she went. Okay, this is the Welsh flag.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome. That is an awesome flag. And then you have Ireland. So that is awesome. Thank you so
They're big
much.
flags too. I mean,
They're huge. I like
You might
it.
have to hang the Welsh one out front.
You mean to take George's place?
Just for a little while, because it's cool.
It is cool, but
George is getting hairs.
I mean, George. Yes, if I had realized it, I would
Bought another one.
have replaced George.
Yeah. We might have to
because,
order one.
Yeah, it is literally. It's been out front for so long, and that it's
A year? Over a year?
Over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting tattered, and it has a little tear in the bottom of it, so it gets hooked on things on the porch.
Well, we're going to order one. Nobody sent us one. We're going to order one. Matter of fact, I may go ahead and order one today to replace
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to send us one. Absolutely not. We will get one.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you
These
so
are
much.
cool. Thank you.
I love the Welsh flag.
Yeah, it's just neat looking.
Don't anybody think that I was saying I don't like Wales, because we were in Wales, and I would like actually to travel around more of Wales, because there's a lot of beautiful areas that have castles that we never got to see.
Yeah, we didn't get to see anything. We saw a little town.
One little bitty town.
And we drove through like some of the hilly countryside.
We
and
were
that's
on that
about it.
bus tour, and you're at the mercy of where they want to go.
Yeah, which is
And-
fine if you get the right bus tour. This one just didn't really go.
Yeah,
anywhere.
this one didn't take you through well.
Yeah.
So, but I have so many good memories from that. Anyway, thank you very, very, very much. You know we appreciate it. I do think it's very hilarious that we've never received your postcard. So
It's a shame.
it is a shame, because you have to go pick out the postcard, and you have to
Go find a post office.
You have to find the post office and stand in line and pay for it. So it's not, it's not like it's not hard, but it's not like it's something real easy.
Not as
either.
convenient as doing it at home.
Yeah, you have to really want to send somebody that postcard
Yeah.
to do it. So anyway, thank you very much to Sandra and Adam. They live in Australia, by the way, if I didn't say that already. And I will see you all next week.